Right. Hey, hey, loves. It's your girl Kia, the creative superwoman behind At Peace Arts. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing amazing. I think it's like nice out today, at least here in Boston, Mass, right? It's nice today. Um, what is it? 73. Come on, Boston. We finally trying to get a little warm. I'm here for it. So it is Sunday. It is new shapes of the week. It is week number 19. Today is also my amazing sister's birthday. You all know her as Tista. Um, she'll be on the Zoom hanging out with us in a little bit. So it's an exciting day and week. So hope you all are doing well. And in the meantime, go ahead and grab your pencil, your paper, your pen. I usually use a black pen and white paper. I do not erase. That's a challenge for me where I'm like, just don't erase, which is really definitely a challenge. I won't even lie. If you are with us on social media, you can um, oh, I always forget to do this. Hold on. I have to add on Instagram. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Um, right now, Al is saying, this is why you need to have a checklist, babe. You can't hear him, but that's what he's saying. This is why you need to have a checklist, babe, so that you know what you're supposed to be doing, babe. This no, that his his job is not to make the checklist. His job is to make sure everything else works. He's like, all I need you to do is make a damn checklist. Babe, Lisa said hi. He said hi. He's like, and yes, you do need a checklist. He may be over there like writing one right now, like, cause you know what? This one over here is not gonna make it. So here's your stupid checklist, cause he won't do it. I know. I know, right? He's resisting. He said he's not making a checklist. He's saying you're gonna make it yourself. I know you've been telling me about the checklist app. I'm rebelling for no reason. Yes, no, I have to have a checklist for paint parties. Yeah. I'm pretty much Lisa was saying I need a checklist for my paint parties. I'm pretty much like I know what I need and I can kind of run through it mentally, but I should still have that too in all honesty. He's got on me for that too. I'm rebellious for no reason. It makes zero sense. That's smart. That's smart. That is smart. You should do something that's going to keep you calm. Why would I do that? Why would I do something that actually makes sense? Come on now. We're not doing that. Yeah, no, sometimes. There have been many times when Al has like Lisa saying whatever you're doing is working, but there have been times, multiple times when Al has had to bring me stuff because I forgot it. And he's like, "Really, babe? Checklist. You need a checklist." See, I'm going to tell y'all literally this morning, right from this morning was reason number 1954.2 why I would be totally lost without my amazing husband because I didn't even my mouse was dead and he was like my trackpad and he was like um yeah, just plug it in just like your phone. But I was like fumbling is why I'm late because I was like, oh, my trackpad is dead. He's like, just plug it in. Very nicely and very calmly, just plug it in, babe. It's fine. So yeah, again, reason number 1958.2 why I would be totally lost without that amazing man. Love you, babe, and give you your flowers now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to I'm going to put the Zoom link in here. If you all are on regular, you're on Facebook with me right now. I'm putting the Zoom link in so that you can join us there. I put it in Create with Kyia. Let's see. There's all these little parts that have to happen in order for this magic to go to work. Okay. So grab your pen, grab your paper if you haven't done so already. Everybody, just giving you some time to do that. I'm going to be on Zoom for a little bit after. So if you want to actually talk to me and have a chat in person as opposed to typing, you can absolutely do that. Um, and yeah, let me see. Where do I want to put this? Do, 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 do. Okay, there we go. Join me in Zoom. Okay, there it is. So, new week, new images. I created a few things from last week's images. Oh, I was saying as well that um, I'll be on here for a little bit on Zoom after we do a little after party on Zoom. Um, and then I'll be off because you all remember that masterpiece if you were on Zoom with me a few weeks ago. I haven't updated it, but I have a masterpiece that is going to my amazing sister friend Rebecca's salon, Achelus Salon on Newberry Street. If you have not been there, she's amazing. You want to go. And it's an amazing little spot. There's also an apothecary that is right next to it, and that is also hers. And the masterpiece is going in there. So it gets delivered today. So I won't be on Zoom for long, but I will be here hanging out for a little bit to chat. So these are the masterpieces that I made last week with last week's shapes. Last week's shapes, I already put them away, was like a U shape. It was this S shape that you see here. It was, what else? It was bricks, and it was a quote or word. So these were the ones that I made last week, and we're now moving on to a new week. So the energy for this week is actually from the Own Your Peace Daily Planner, which you see here. I'm only putting this here so y'all can see all my daggone information. How about that? So, um, the energy for this week is a quote from Helen Keller from the Own Your Peace Daily Planner. And it is, one can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. I love that. I love that. Like, that's such a beautiful quote. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. So the quote, I mean, the energy for this month is just about letting go. It's not about letting go, my bad. It's about rise and shine, which is here. This is the lotus flower. And if you know anything about the lotus flower, it has, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It rises up from the mud, but it comes out clean and beautiful every time it rises. Like when it rises out from the mud, like it just comes out with no mud on it. And I feel like it's a red, right, unlike some of the rest of us, right? So I love the thought process and concept of like rising up from the mud, but clean, like rising up from whatever you have been through, whatever issues you've had, your past, your traumas, your all the yucky stuff that we don't want to talk about. But mud obviously is nourishing, as we know, right? Mud masks and mud baths, and obviously these flowers that grow from the mud and come up clean. So it's like the stuff that we have to end up going through at some point makes us into the people that we are, and we can choose whatever way that we want to go. Either it's the, I won't say negative or positive, but we can make choices, even in those hardest of spaces. So with that said, one can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Means you can't be creeping. You got to move. When you're like, I'm ready to fly, there's no stopping you, right? So I hope that this week that energy helps you to soar and not creep. Sometimes we gotta creep. It's okay. But hopefully that energy inspires you to soar in the things that you want to soar in. So let's go ahead and pick the cards for this week because it was late last night or this morning. I won't tell y'all the ungodly hour that I went to sleep at this morning. Oh, worse than that, Lisa. Let me start Instagram. Oh, it's definitely worse than that. Let me start Instagram. Yeah, it was worse than 1 o'clock. What's up, Instagram? It's your girl Kia, the creative superwoman behind at Peace Arts. Hope you're doing amazing on this Sunday morning. It is a new week, week number 19 with Create with Kia. The energy for this week is one can never consent to creep when one is ready to soar. What did I say? One can never consent to creep. Let me see. Let me go back. I almost had it. I almost had it memorized. Okay, I know, right? Hold on. I'm gonna hold on. Okay, here it is. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Helen Keller. Okay, I'll read it again if you're writing it. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Helen Keller. I will post it on my page so that you can copy it and let it inspire you all day. That is the inspiration for this week, which is week 19 of 2023. We're already at week 19. There's so many things that you probably haven't done yet, but there's so much opportunity for you to do them. Helen Paints, what is up? I miss you back. Um, Another amazing creative. We have, so we're on the Zoom as well. I'm chilling with my girl Lisa. We're on Facebook, some other people chilling with us. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Right now we are choosing the cards for week 19. If you don't know already, the way that Create with Kia works, at least in this new version, is that every week I pull a new set of cards from the Create with Kia deck. And what I try to do and invite you to try to do is try to come up with some type of design that uses all those elements, and also of course adding in your own magic, because what would it be without your magic, right? So if you're watching this and you have no idea who I am, my name is Kia. I'm the creative superwoman behind At Peace Arts. We are a paint party company. I am an artist that creates murals and original artwork. And my husband is Al. He is a DJ and is also the business component behind At Peace Arts. So together we are At Peace Arts and bring you love, laughter, peace, joy, all that amazing stuff that you're looking for, and as well as creativity, helping you rediscover creative your wait, what is it? Rediscover your power through creativity and community so you can find healing, love, laughter, peace, all of that amazing stuff. So that's it in a nutshell. I wonder, did I do a good elevator speech? Babe, how'd I do? Great job. He said great job. Awesome. The voice in the back. All right. Here we go. I usually shuffle 5 times and then I pull the cards. If anything falls out, then that's what it's going to be. So let's see what we get for this week. Okay. That's 3, 4, and 5. Lisa, you're on the Zoom and on Instagram? No. You could be everywhere. You could be wherever you want. Okay. We usually do 3 cards and then I pull one from the bottom. So let's see what we get. This one's a repeat. I can tell because it has the tape on it. So this one's a repeat, whatever it is. And I don't pull the cards out because I feel like whatever's supposed to show up is supposed to show up. So I'm showing this to y'all and then I'm showing it to Instagram. So we have a jack of clubs that has confetti on it. Come through celebration, right? So Jack of Clubs with confetti and chevrons on a 5 of hearts. Showing Instagram too. And heart on the 4 of clubs. Come on, energy. I'm here for it. And what's the mystery card? This is one of my I love this shape actually. This is the queen, right? I love this shape. This is the queen of I mean queen of yeah, queen of spades. And it's like I always see it as like cracked glass, like glass ceiling, but also as I don't know, like it's what do you see it as, Lisa? What do y'all see it as? Y'all tell me what you see it as. Ooh, a desert floor, yeah. A Tiffany lamp. Yes. So classy, right? So these are our shapes for the if you're like, sure, yeah, Kia. There's something about this shape. This also too, I think the reason why I love this shape too is because you can put things in the little sections. So you can put, little shapes can also go in the sections as well. So the rest, I know I like these shapes. Um we got spades, we got hearts, we got what's that, clubs, some good numbers. So again, if you're watching this for the first time and you're not sure about how Create with Kia works, you can use any of the shapes as well as the numbers if they're resonating with you for some reason, as well as when I say any of the shapes that are on the cards, and also add your own magic to them as well. Okay, so and then every day try to create something new. 15 to 23 minutes. I like the 23 minutes only because I'm going to leave these out. I like the 23 minutes only because it's 2023. So we're just bringing that energy, whatever that energy is. I try to do it for 23 minutes every day. I don't always make it. I won't even try to lie to y'all. Like, I prefer perfectly create every day for 23 minutes. I would be lying. I would be bold-faced lying to you all, and I'm not gonna bold-faced lie to you. So, no, I don't get to do it every day. I try to create daily as an artist that does it as a profession. I try to create daily, but I don't always create with the Create with Kia cards. So, grabbing my paper here and my trusty black Sharpie pen. I don't get any promo from Sharpie, but I love these pens. These are like my go-to for my planner and for my drawing. All right. So, before we start, we always do a little really quick breathing exercise just to get us in the flow of the week. So, wherever you're sitting, standing, laying, however you are, I invite you to close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your eyelids, okay? Your knees, your torso, your hips, anything that is seeming like it wants to relax. You can just tell it, you're good, right? You're good. It's okay for you to relax right now. You're in a safe space. You're hanging out with Kia. Okay, it is a space of love and creativity. And what we're going to do, we'll do this 3 times. We'll breathe into our belly for 4. When you breathe into your belly, you want to make sure you breathe in and your belly fills up. You want to hold for 4 and then breathe out for 8. If you're a little at 7 or 6, that's fine. Okay, we'll stretch and move after each one. So breathe in for 4 into your belly, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. Oh, why my eyes are already closed. I'm already ready to relax. Okay. So let's go ahead, breathing normally, and let's go ahead and breathe in, hold, feel that fullness in your belly, and breathe out. Let's go ahead and stretch. If you have not stretched yet today, here is your invitation to do so. Go ahead and stretch. Feel what it feels like to stretch in your body, to be comfortable in your body, kind to your body. Right? On this Sunday morning, starting off the energy with some of the week with some good energy and good stretching. You can do this exercise by yourself too. Let's go ahead for breath 2. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. And we'll do that Move your shoulders if you want to, if that feels right for you. Okay. And then we'll go ahead in and do our third breath. Breathe in all the way to your belly. Fill it up. Hold. Go ahead and breathe out. And as always, you can rub your hands together, massage them if that's what feels right. Massage them, relax them. Tell them thank you for all the magic that they do every single day. Every single day. Right? Because they do some amazing magic um, daily. So thank you, hands, for your magic. I am going to um, mm, 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 okay. I see Cassie on IG. Cassie, if you go into the group, the Zoom link is there too. Um, Hi, Cassie. Go into the Create with Kyia group or onto my Facebook, Cassie, and you'll see the link for Create with Kyia if you want to chill with us in the Zoom. Major shouts to Tista on her birthday. Happy birthday. She's driving. Yes. She's cheering. Um, all right. All right. So here we go. I have my paper here. Instagram, got my paper here and my pen. So we had this conversation last week about how I like to frame my pictures. It's a thing that I just started as soon as I started making these, making a frame for my picture. And it just kind of kept going. So thank you to Cassie for recognizing that and telling me about it because I don't think I initially recognized it. Um, and we last week we talked about having flexibility within the framework, um, and how there's multiple things of like having flexibility in the framework as well as the need for sometimes for having a framework, as well as sometimes how frameworks get built, but they are, what do you call it? They are, some frameworks are built for order. I'm trying to remember. Some frameworks are built for order, but sometimes the order does not allow for creativity, right? So you build the framework thinking, oh, that's going to help everybody. But in that framework, some people are getting left out, and you're not taking the time to actually be like, oh, these people are left out of this framework. Can we bring them in? Is there a creative way to do that or not? Right? And then sometimes we build a structure or framework and we don't let people in because it's not safe to let people in, right? So that's the difficult part, right? Yes, I know, Lise, you won't see the paper on Insta, sadly. Al's working on that Instagram. Yeah, Al is working on that. Thank you, Lisa. You told me that we were going to practice, set that up, didn't you? You did. You said next time before you go live, we're going to try this. You're right, babe. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. That was my fault. Told y'all. Reason number 1958.2. We're now at point 3 or 1958 3 50, no. 59. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. I will show it to you on Instagram every now and then. All right. I have set my timer for 23 minutes. If 15 minutes works better for you, then do 15 minutes. And I always say if you have a candle or something you want to light, you can do, or light or whatever, beverage that you want to have, if that's something you want to do too, you may. Um, but yeah, it was an interesting conversation last week. If you missed it, you can go and watch it on Instagram or Facebook or what's the other one? YouTube. So on these, I don't necessarily teach. You can watch me, but I don't do like full instruction for these. Um, we do have a drawing series as well that Create with Kyia was born from, where we just get to draw instead of paint. Some people like ask me like, "Well, why do you have that option?" Right? The reason why we do that is because sometimes, babe, can you let Cassie in? Sometimes we've been at organizations where they can't have paint, and so a drawing party is perfect because it actually allows for people to you cannot have paint. So that doesn't mean that you don't create, right? But there's some companies where you can't have paint. I had a paint party this is a few years ago. The funniest thing ever. So it was an event. I can't remember who it was with. And I walk in with all my paint supplies. I'm ready to go, right, with the paint party. And they were like, we can't have paint. And I was like, at the last minute, I already was on site. I was already on site, literally. Hey, Cassie, I had walked on all my stuff, buckets, paint, suitcase, everything. And they were like, we can't have paint. And I'm like, oh, this might be a problem. But the one thing I have learned to be thankful for, sometimes we say to ourselves, and I've said to myself, like, my brain sometimes is scattered and I'm like have 50 million ideas. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I am thankful for my brain who is always on because in that moment I was like, there's a whiteboard in this room. Okay, I'm gonna go get some whiteboard markers. And somebody ran to Staples, got a whole bunch of white erase markers, and we did this huge white erase board mural right there on the whiteboard, right? Like that. And again, like Cassie, that's like our conversation that we had last week about flexibility within the framework. The framework was this is what you got. How can you be flexible within that framework? And so that's kind of, those moments, one of those moments where I realized every organization can't have paint. They had carpets. And when I walked in, I was like, it was with kids and I was like, this is carpet. Do you guys have tarps? And they're like, oh no, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, mm-mm. This is not gonna be fine. You're gonna have some pissed off cleaning crew because they're gonna be like, what is this? And why is there paint? If somebody spills paint, like, so yeah, yes, I tell people all the time for paint parties, you don't have to tarp your floor, but if you have carpet, you want to tarp that, because it's acrylic paint, as I call it, it's grown up paint. It's not moving. So, and most people have seen my apron. Cassie, you've seen my apron too. My apron is a mess, as it should be. It's paint, right? So, yeah, I'll tell that to you for future hostesses and hosts. You want to have a paint party, tarp that floor. If it's a floor, it's fine. We can wipe that up. But if it's carpet, tarp it. If it's carpet, tarp it. Put that on a t-shirt. If it's carpet, tarp it. So yes, uh, let me see. Hold on. I need to also charge my phone. Oh, you know what? This is perfection. IG, I gotta charge my phone so that you can stay connected. Perfect. Al got me this charge pod that is super cool. I don't actually have to plug my phone in. It just like it's magnetic. So many cases have it. If you see that case that has the circle on the back, it's magnetic and you just put your phone. Tista, do you have that for your phone too? Oh. Oh. We should get you one for your birthday. Yeah, she's muted. She's walking around the house. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just walking through the house getting herself together. Um, no, you're fine. You guys can keep talking. Yes. It's Tista's birthday. Tista graduated. She got her degree. Oh, why did that happen? Um, IG ended. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, baby. Hmm. What'd you say, baby? Ooh, they do? I'll just fix the IG so now IG can see everything. I know IG can see everything that Facebook sees now. So we are now streaming to Instagram too. Yeah, no, Al disconnected for a second. Lisa, you didn't lose it. No one can see you guys. You all are good. No one can see you in Zoom. You are incognito. No one sees you. Instagram, the regular Instagram. Nope, you're good. No one can see you all. Um, I just got a tickle in my throat. Sorry. All right. Okay. So I'm. You don't have to copy what I'm doing, but I am basically taking some of these shapes and implementing them into my little smashed ceiling. That works. You know what? This pull is a perfect pull, actually, right? That whole thought process of like, one cannot creep when one is, I don't know why I can't remember that last part. To soar. Okay, perfect. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar, is the quote for this week from the Own Your Peace Daily Planner. Um, and like that whole like smash ceiling is like, ooh, like, because you're when you're smashing a ceiling, like you're the glass ceiling as they call it, of life, or whichever, like you're not creeping because you need force. You need force to crack that ceiling. So I love the thought process and the concept behind, right? Like what got pulled this week. And then you need heart to do it. You've got to do it with heart. Um, you gotta have heart. Y'all, Lisa's singing. Lisa has a beautiful singing voice, y'all. Yes, Lisa, I'm calling you out. She's like, I just woke up, Kia. No, it doesn't sound beautiful right now. Then we have I love that. No, I'm not saying it doesn't sound beautiful. You might be saying that, even though I'm saying you have a beautiful voice. I would never say you don't have a beautiful voice. Yeah, it's just us. Um, and then confetti for like the celebration of getting there. Um, what Alvera? Alvera. We do know you're here. We do know you're here. Why are you not in the Zoom? Alvera is talking trash in Facebook. She's like, Alvera, last week I didn't know Alvera. Alvera was chatting with me, and I couldn't tell it was Alvera. So now she's basically saying, like, you don't even know it's me. I'm like, oh, I do know it's you, Alvera. I can tell this week. So I can see who's talking trash. Get your butt on the Zoom. She's totally talking trash. Like, y'all can't see me anyway, so I'm gonna just keep talking trash because I'm anonymous. I see you, Alvera. Scroll down in the chat and you can see the daggone Zoom information. Oh my gosh. Um, so yeah, celebration with the confetti. And then I have to try to remember what the chevron. Can somebody look up and see what the chevron means? Like, what is the symbolism for chevron? I know what it is for a zigzag. Zigzag is actually connection to wisdom, which I learned last night. Um, I can go ahead, Lisa. Oh, Al already pulled it up. The word chevron is French and derives its meaning from the Latin word caprio or rafter due to its resemblance to building rafters. Chevron designs are used on badges or insignia used by military or law enforcement to indicate rank or length of service. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Pottery and textiles, yep. Direction. Well, direction too, right? Like the direction of the chevron. Oh. So chevrons could be create your own reality. Huh. I like that. I like that thought process too. And again, the you have military insignia that definitely use it for ranking. So there's multiple kind of little things in there for the chevron. So these little four poles are kind of dope. I'm just saying. This is a really good poll that really resonates with the quote for this week. If Oh, Alvera. Baby, you let Alvera. Can I let Alvera in? I let Alvera in. Yeah. Um, so I like that. That poll was a good one. I feel like if you, right, like those of us that have been in Create with Kia now for a long time, we know that the things we draw almost always resonate, even when it's a random poll. The numbers resonate. Something is like meeting with what we're creating. So I love to think that we're just creating our own reality, as you said, the chevron is. Like we're creating it, we are manifesting it. Alvera! Talking trash. How are you? Good. I'm glad. You're in the car. Oh, where are you going? Oh, okay. I'm like, do you have some paper in the car? Sit in the car. It's raining. If it's raining, I'm like, sit in the car. We're good. I don't have to move and go anywhere. I got a scrap piece of paper and a pencil. I can still draw and stay dry. This works. I'm here for that. There are many times where, like, yeah, what's that? What is that, Elvira? Your hot flash. Wait a minute. Oh no. Yep. We don't like that. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. We're sad about that, but we also understand like that level of having to again, sometimes the framework has to change, right? And you got to take care of the frame, to take care of something else. And so that's real. That's real. So we'll figure out how to get you to Boston. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. I should say you guys keep talking in Zoom. We're talking in Zoom if you want to come and talk with us, but you all keep talking. Um, I'm going to talk to Facebook and Instagram. However you want to make your confetti is up to you. So you don't have to have the exact same shapes that I have. You could have little swirls in there. You could have little squiggles, um, whatever you want to have. Yeah, I see it as confetti. Do you see it as some? Do y'all see it as something else? Uh, I always see it as confetti, but I think it's always interesting too to be like when people like the way that we see something and you're like, "Oh, I see it as confetti." Like this design right here, Lisa was like sees it as like cracked like when you're in the desert, like the desert floor and it's cracked because it's so dry. And I saw this one. Yeah, the orange one right here. And I saw that or a Tiffany lamp. Yep. And I totally saw it as a glass ceiling or like a crackle effect. Like it has that like in art is a crackle effect. And so yes, or a stained glass window, right? So see, like I love that thought process behind like we all are doing the same thing, but we see it in a different way, based on whatever our perception, our thought processes. So I think it's such a lesson in life of like you might see something one way, somebody sees something totally different their way, and how can you maybe not convince them? I think we get caught up when we try to convince other people that no, it's a glass ceiling, like, but I don't see it. I can't see your glass ceiling. I see a cracked desert floor. And how do we figure out a way to say, okay, I don't see your cracked desert floor and you don't see my glass ceiling, but how can we work together? Right? How can we figure out a way to come to bring both of our perceptions to life? And is that even possible? Uh-oh, not Twitter. Go ahead. Hmm. No, you cannot have a Twitter conversation on the bus. Right. Well, I think that's the difficult part too, Cassie. You're right because you can't have like Cassie say in the we're talking in the Zoom right now just about how an incident that happened on a bus. They must have been having some type of discussion on the subway, and how a conversation went down, and some an altercation happened, and how Twitter doesn't translate. Like you can't do the same stuff that you talk about on Twitter. You yeah, no. You can't, yeah, you can't have that same conversation. Well, you're dealing with different things. I think also too, like if you're on Twitter or Instagram, whatever, then you can have that kind of conversation because Al sometimes calls them keyboard warriors. People get real comfortable having the whole conversation about whatever they want to say when they're on that keyboard. But when you're in front of somebody and right, right, you can be a hero on there. Exactly. You say what you want to say. Right. You say whatever you want to say. You're like, you just going. But in reality, you can't do that. Like, you can't come for people in that same way with that same energy. Like, mhm, mhm, mm, mhm. I think that that's an interesting point of like the need for communication is difficult because you may be, Al and I talk about. Would you say Alvera? Right. Al says about all the time about like transmission and reception, about like the way you're transmitting, somebody might not be able to receive it. And so you're transmitting based on your knowledge or based on what you know to be true. But that person is saying, I don't understand what you're saying. So they're not receiving it. So it doesn't matter that you're transmitting it. They're not getting it, right? And so how do you um we you in order to transmit so that it's being received, you have to learn or find out what that person how that person receives the information you're giving them. Otherwise it's pointless. No one's getting anywhere. You're literally just like, mhm, mhm. Mm, that's real. That, but I think I'm gonna update Facebook a little bit, a tiny bit, not all of it. Oh, thank you. I always implement a sun somewhere. Um, like we're just talking basically about the ability to be able to have conversations in a social space, in social media space, should I say, to be able to have conversations in a social media space that actually gets a breakthrough. Sometimes it does happen where because you have the barrier of you're not face to face, sometimes if each person takes a breath and you read what someone is saying, you're like, "Oh, I didn't see it like that." You have the advantage of having a barrier between you where if you were to say it in real life, somebody would be like, "What'd you say?" But if because you're able to have a little bit of a barrier, someone's able to say, "Oh, wait, I didn't see it that way." Um, and I think it is a powerful tool when it works in that way. I think we've been able to have conversations as a people that have been heated, right, but have also like we've been able to get some breakthrough. You see it all the time. You get to hear what other people think, and it's hard, I think, when someone's been telling you or you've heard or you've grown up a certain way and then someone else is telling you, well, this is the case. It's crazy that you really do have to perceive it for yourself. Like you can't just be like, oh, so and so told me this, because then as you grow to be an adult, you're like, all those things that so and so told me are lies. Right, like someone could say to somebody that has met me, something like, all artists are quiet and recluse and don't engage with people, right? And you guys would be like, but your perception is no, we know that not to be true. But someone who's only met recluse, quiet artists who don't come out of their shell is like, nah, every artist that I've met 20 artists, and every artist that I met has been this way. And right? And you're trying to say, no, that's not true. And they're like, but in my perception, that's all I see. And so I think that's really difficult, and I'm thankful for the online space when those miracles kind of happen, because I do think those are like human breakthroughs in a way, right? Yeah. And then you realize, never mind. And the world is still the same. Would you say, Alvera? You think you've solved all the world's problems, right? In different ways, right? Well, you think that you solved the world when you're like, hey, listen, that person listened to me on Twitter. You're like, there's 50 million more of them. Go. It's hard though. I get it. I definitely, there are certain times that I see people posting um on other people's stuff, and I'm thinking, man, you would never say that if that person was in your face. You would never even open your mouth to speak to say that to someone, like, oh, you need to. I've seen definitely posts of like people being on good and bad ways. Absolutely. That is so true. So, yep. And nobody really knows me. I don't even have a picture up, right? I don't, what I do love is I see often on like pages like Lizzo's page, right? Lizzo has done a lot, the singer has done a lot for, body positivity and just like being in your own skin, be loving who you are, right? And I have seen people come for people when they come on her page and they're like talking trash, and they are like, no, 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 we are not doing that today. We are shutting this ish down right now. And that, in all honesty, for me is what I love to see, because I think it is so important, right? To we sometimes will put our celebrities out there like, well, you should be doing this and you should be doing that, but nobody's standing up for them, right? Like, they're still people. They have money, but no one is standing up for them to say, huh? That they're still people. And I think about some of the posts that I see on her page, and I'm like, oh, like, that's got to be really difficult to see people just talking trash that don't even know you, from like, they know you because they see your persona, and that is literally a persona, um that they know and loved at some point, and then decided we don't like that anymore. Yeah, we don't like that anymore. And it's just it's a shame, um to see, but I love when people step up and they're like, "Yeah, we're not doing that. You're not coming for our friend." Like, that's, I love to see that, because I think it lets you know, like, you're not in this by yourself, and it gives you the empowerment to keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah. Lisa, you want to show your picture? Hmm? Wait, it's blurred. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. You're welcome, Lisa. Good seeing you. Love you. Bye. Um, Tista had to get off because the kids were having a moment. So she was on earlier, Alvera, for a few seconds, and then I was like, "Where'd you go?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah." She's like, "I got to take care of the kids." I'm like, "Yep, I remember those moments. Somebody's got somebody else in a headlock, so I gotta go. I gotta go." All right, I'm gonna finish these last lines, Facebook and Instagram, and then. Mm. It moves so quickly too, like you said, that you don't get an opportunity to really stay stuck on something unless it really starts to pick up speed and a whole bunch of people are talking about it. Then it can get it, like, political season just gets stupid. And people, you're like, wait a minute, who are you? And then people just come back to ground zero again, when something happens. It's just trying, I think as a people, um we try to get to this level where you can't be so flippy floppy, right? Like, yeah, you have your framework, you're flexible within that framework, but you're also like, these are kind of the things that I stand on. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things that I stand on, and that's not gonna change, because you gotta come in with something strong in order for me to be like, ah, okay, but my morals and the things that I stand on. Right. I'm not going to change because you made this comment and now my whole world is rocked. But sometimes that's really what is happening, where somebody says one thing and you're already on 10. And so you're ready to, like, start fighting automatically, like, oh, we're ready to fight, as opposed to like, oh, wait, this person's just saying this. Okay, let me chill. My morals and what I stand on is still this, regardless of what you said, regardless of how much it hurt. I still stand here. So whatever you got going on sounds like a personal problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't. Mhm. Right. It's a different perspective. I think that's the thing we don't realize is like when people say, just like we were saying, like, all artists are recluse, and you're like, no, that's not true. That was also based on you can't say to somebody, um, this COVID thing is whatever. And when people are like, no, 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 I lost somebody. They're like, actually. And so that was some of that stuff too, where if we stepped back, everyone knows loss. Everyone, like, there's certain things that just bring us back to center where we realize, like, oh no, I know loss. We may not agree on this, but we can definitely agree on that part. And so I think it's just like trying to tap into each other's humanness and identify the reason for the difference. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 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 Because sometimes, and I say this to my kids all the time, sometimes you're not going to get along with that person. That's just it. Like, it's like, and that's okay. Hmm. Yeah. But you don't have to, I think it's like, I think I've come from some of the generation a little bit of like, I want for people to like me. I want to be in this space of likability because just because, right? Like, and so what if you don't like me? What happens if you don't? Oh, I just have to deal with, like, you just have to deal with that we don't vibe. That's okay. Like, we can still exist and coexist in this world without without liking each other. I do want to know why you don't, but what if you don't have a reason? What if you just like, I don't like you? The why. Mm, in the other area, right? Yeah, like this area doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah. But then I think you can end up obsessing about it, right? Like if you realize, if you're like, well, that person doesn't like me or whichever have you, then you end up obsessing about the fact that this person doesn't like you, which could potentially stop you from doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, or moving toward where you're trying to get to because you're too busy over here sleuthing on why old girl doesn't like you. Yes, that's true. Yep. And then leave it. Right. That's true. Sleuth a little bit and then come back to like reality of what it is. That's true. Okay. Right. That they understand. Yeah, reception and when in transmission. What is it? Is that radio? Is that radio talk, babe? Transmission and reception? Is that radio talk, right? Radio, TV, anything that. Okay. Yeah, like you can't, so we wouldn't even be able to watch the TV or the radio if you didn't have the transmission. Well, you didn't have transmission and reception. They have to talk to each other. It's interesting. It's interesting. No, I love it. So, no, you're fine. It learned how to be right. It learned how to be that ain't never gonna happen. I don't think I'll ever be the quiet artist. I don't think I'll ever be the quiet artist. I may be quiet for a time, but not for too long. Okay. Facebook, Instagram. I'm gonna jump off of here. I hope that you created amazing masterpieces. I know I'm gonna get ready to go finish this masterpiece for Rebecca, Cassie. I gotta deliver it today. So, uh-huh. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta figure out how I can show it to you. I'll send you a picture. I'll send it to you on your phone. I love it. I love it. I want to see your masterpieces. I love it, Cassie. That's amazing. I love the framework. I see it. I see it this week. Post your masterpieces when you're done. Thank you. So for this week, you all, sending you an overflowing abundance of love, laughter, and so much peace until we hang out next time. Post your masterpieces because I want to see them when you make them. You don't have to, but if you feel compelled to do so, please do. And love y'all big. Have an amazing day. Bye.